Hello everyone, welcome to the Commexis cast, all the news you need to know from our inbox to yours. I'm Matthew McGrody, the videographer and podcaster here at Commexis, and today I'm joined by the social media manager here at Commexis, Rebecca Milstead.
Hello.
So today we're talking about Instagram clarifying their verification process, and a little bit about brand safety, which we'll get to. A lot of this information comes from David Cohen on Adweek. I'll have a link to his article in the blog post. So one of the things that's occurring is that Instagram is going to be testing a new sort of verification process for their verification system for their profiles. So for those of you who don't know, you can get your Instagram verified as long as you have typically like a certain number of followers. I think it's about like 10,000 or something like that.
Yeah, and it's also if you're impersonated a lot. Mm-hmm. So that's a verification process.
Yeah, so the idea is to make sure that people know if it's a brand, it's to make sure people know what the official brand channel and communications are. If it's a person, so for example, Rebecca's going to a Taylor Swift concert. If it's Taylor Swift, it makes sure that Taylor Swift's Instagram is verified and people know that it is Taylor Swift and not just some mock fake account that is pretending to be Taylor Swift. So the way that they're going to be changing this, right now the test is only for certain iOS users. They are going to be requiring that when you apply for verification, you provide your account username or usernames, your full name, and photo identification. I'm assuming a license,
a driver's license, passport, but you do have to upload it.
Oh yeah, you have to take a picture and you have to upload it. Mm-hmm. What I think is really interesting about this is Twitter and Instagram both have huge bot problems.
Right.
So I think
Twitter just is like deleting fake followers.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a story going about Twitter getting rid of a lot of bot accounts more recently. They just had a recent purge of that. So I think this is really interesting. It's not exactly the same because obviously there's still going to be these spam accounts, but it's interesting that they're directly requesting photo identification, where I think for Twitter, I don't think you have to do that for Twitter, but you have to do something. You might have to just send a picture of yourself.
Right.
Or something. It's all of them have different weird verification requirements. So Rebecca, you mentioned to me before the show that one of the things about this is they're trying to stop scams. So you mentioned that you get a lot of bot.
So I'm very active on Instagram, and like every week I'll have new people following me, and I'll go and check it out, and I'll only have like 12 posts. I'll have not that many followers, and I'll just check it out and I'll realize it's spam, so I'll report them or block.
And have you noticed a really big like impersonation sort of problem going on Twitter? Sorry, not Twitter, Instagram.
Yeah, so I follow a lot of celebrities, and they're always posting that they would never ask for money. They tell you if you get a random request or message to report them right away. They're busy people. They're not going to be, and I mean, they have money. They're not going to be asking their fans for money when they already have it.
Exactly. No, you bring up a great point. And one of the things that Instagram said about this test is that they do want to make sure that they are cutting down on scams. In this case, it is scams for the verification process.
Right, sorry not to cut you off, but there's so-called services out there that'll charge an insane amount of money to get a verification, but
yeah, no, you're right. Cohen mentioned in his article that there were people, so Carrie Flynn, who was then with Mashable, reported in September that there was a black market for Instagram verification. People were paying anywhere from $1,500 to as much as $15,000 to secure the elusive blue check mark.
That's insane.
I know, it is a lot of money. So Nisi Meek, or Nietzsche Meek, I'm not entirely sure how to pronounce her name, so apologies in advance. She's Instagram's strategic partner manager for the Asia Pacific region. She told Stuart Marsh of 9.com.au, quote, "Our community asked us for more transparency around this issue, and with today's announcement, we're sharing clear details about verification requirements and eligibility criteria." So basically, the whole thing about this is don't get scammed.
Yeah, if somebody's trying to sell you on getting verified, don't do it. Instagram has this process, so don't believe anybody.
I'm interested in if this is going to change some of the requirements for verification, because there wasn't an entirely set in stone way to get verified previously. People typically believed that you needed a lot of followers and stuff like that, which makes sense. I don't know if they ever gave an exact number, because I know 10,000 was the number for being able to post links into Instagram stories. But whether or not that was the verification number, or if it just kind of depends, is a whole nother thing. So I'm interested in seeing if this will allow more people to get verified, as long as they're, you know, a brand or a creator or something like that.
I'm interested in seeing how it'll work for brands, because whose license, like, how do you prove that you own a company, I guess? Because anyone can really create it.
Yeah, I wonder if what they'll do, and I suspect that they probably won't, but I'm assuming if the license you have is an actual license of the social media manager or of the president or something like that, for a smaller company, the president, maybe, but I'll have to find out. You know, I'm going to send us through this verification process, and I'm going to see what I have to do. Once it becomes open to everybody. Right now, I believe it's just in testing in Australia, but we will have to see, because I'm definitely interested in seeing where this ends up going and what Instagram decides to do in the future to sort of secure that brand safety for these brands. Well, I think that's all for today's show. So thank you very much, Rebecca, for joining me today. Thank you, everybody, for listening. If you'd like to listen to more of us, you can check us out on TuneIn, Stitcher, the Apple iTunes Podcast Store, the Google Play Music Store, and the Google Podcasts app. And then you can watch us on Facebook, in full on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, IGTV in particular. And then you can find nice snippets of our show on Instagram, LinkedIn, and on Twitter. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in.
Thank you.
And have a great day.